Hello, everyone. I know it's late, but it's Canada Day, so you guys are all probably up. Happy Canada Day. This is Executive Regional Vice President Sheila Malik, and a couple of days ago, I asked a really interesting question on my Facebook wall, and I got some great answers to it. So the question was actually, if you could ask an Arbonne consultant any question, what would you ask? And so I got some pretty polite questions, and then I got some straight up ones, and some people put them right on the wall, and some people inbox me. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to address those questions with 100% transparency and honesty. So I have them all written down. And so let's get started. They're not in any particular order. I just wrote them down as they came in. So one question is there any assistance for those who need it if this is what could change their lives? So I wasn't quite sure what that question meant, but I think they're asking about support. So yes, when somebody decides to start an Arbonne business, you have 110% support, hopefully, of the person that's bringing you in. So for example, myself, when I help people who have decided to start the business, you do get my 110% support. I'm going to walk you through everything. I'm going to teach you everything, hold your hand through it until you're ready for me to let go. And so that's kind of how it works, is that until you are not successful in Arbonne, we cannot be successful in Arbonne either. So in order for us to make money, you have to make money first. And so that's why we literally will not let go of you until you're ready for us to let go. So I hope that was the question that was being asked. Next one is, what do you really need to do to become a consultant despite working 27 hours a week? So I think that one was asking how many hours a week, first of all. It's not 27. We work part-time hours, and I would say roughly about 15 hours a week is what you put into your Arbonne business. And what you really need to do to become a consultant in Canada, you need to pay a $59 registration, which gives you a personalized website. Once you have that website, you're kind of ready to go, and then you would speak to your sponsor about which way you'd like to go. Do you want to start with nutrition? Do you want to start with skincare? Depending on what your answer is, they'll talk to you about getting any tools that you would need to get your business started strong. So what are tools? So for example, I run a skincare side of business as well with Arbonne, and people mostly want to see my skincare before they actually purchase it. And so I'll have like an extra skincare set that I've purchased so that I can show people and let them try it, right? So that is my tool for my business. So I chose to go and purchase that, right? It's not a requirement, but it is a smart business move. And so that's why I chose to do that. So I think that's what you were talking about. Hopefully I addressed that. So it's ultimately $59, and that will get you registered. And then you speak to your sponsor and see whichever way that you'd like to go. How do you get customers in the beginning? So I think it's pretty common that people tend to turn to their family and friends to become their customers. In my case, that wasn't quite accurate in the sense that the way I looked at it is, it's a business just like any other business out there. And so if I opened up a restaurant, do I expect my family and friends to come and eat at my restaurant every single day for a year just to keep me afloat? Probably not, right? That wouldn't be really fair. And so I kind of treat my Arbonne business the same way, where, I mean, yeah, show your family and friends. If they want it, great. But if they don't get mad at them. Don't chase them, don't harass them. That's not a very smart business move either. And so you want to be respectful of them as well, and treat others how you want to be treated. You know, if your friend went and opened up a business of whatever, you know, and you weren't genuinely interested, or maybe you didn't have the money, you wouldn't feel really good if that friend kept bugging you for it or making you feel bad because you weren't supporting her, right? So don't do it to others if you don't want to be treated like that either. And so I would say, if you can, share with family and friends, but then of course, look to expand that. Look to getting into other markets, possibly people you don't know. It could be from, mommy dates, or, somebody you met at a grocery store. Maybe you were at a restaurant and the person was serving on you. People are around you all the time. It could be an old colleague, somebody you went to school with. It doesn't have to be your direct circle. And in my opinion, at least, I feel people only know so many people. Like, I don't know anyone that knows 1,000 people, right? So you probably only know 20, 30 people personally, right? 50 at most if you're super social. So after you're done that 50, where are you going to turn if you were only going to family and friends? So you have to be willing to build that network. And I think a lot of the people that have hopped on and have been are watching this right now, we didn't know each other personally. I know some of you guys are my clients. And so just thinking about that how did we connect? Probably through social media, right? So you don't actually have to know the people personally. Why should we choose Arbonne? Well, I would say because it's like the best thing that's ever happened to me. Arbonne is an opportunity that could actually change your life. And I don't say that lightly. It could change your health, first of all. It could change your skin. It could change body-wise, like your weight and stuff. But it can change your life financially. It could actually put you into a place where you never thought you'd be. And I know that was the case for me, where even when I did decide to do the business, I didn't think I'd be an executive regional vice president with the company. I literally just started thinking I would make a few $100s a month. And I was very happy with that. Actually, that's what the goal was, to make a few hundred a month. And so I remember the first time I crossed that $1,000 mark is where it kind of clicked here. I was like, oh, wow, this is a real business, like the light bulb went off that you could actually do something big with this. And so I kept going. And so eventually, promotion after promotion, and here we are today. So I think, Arbonne is whatever you want it to be. It could be that vehicle to help you pay a little bit of bills. It could be the vehicle to buy you that one, designer bag you really want. It could be that vehicle to take you and your family on a vacation. It could be literally your full-time income. It can be whatever you want it to be. What is the business? Zara, so we're talking about the Arbonne business today. So Arbonne is a health and wellness company, health, wellness, and beauty. They've been around for 39 years, currently in 6 countries. So Canada, US, UK, Australia, New Zealand, and Poland. And we're able to operate our businesses online using our cell phones and our laptops as long as we have a Wi-Fi connection. And so it is something that truly, like I said, could change your life. Okay, Arbonne versus other brands, which is better? Okay, so I think it really just, the question needs a little bit more context. What brands are you referring to? What do you want me to compare Arbonne to, right? Because so far from what I've seen in the market, I've not found anything that is comparable to Arbonne. You can't compare apples to oranges, right? You have to have something on the same level to be able to compare it. And so for me, when I look at the ingredients and when I look at the ingredient policy and how strict they are, and the way these products have been formulated, I don't go by brands, right? I go by ingredients and those formulations and the power behind it. Like, who's actually formulating the products? Is it people who are just trying to put more money into their pockets? Or is it a team of doctors and scientists and chemists and nutritionists, pediatricians and all those good people who are going to help you, right? So not only giving you effective products, but products that are safe and will benefit your health at the same time. And so if you want to compare Arbonne to something, it would have to be something that's medical grade or beyond. That is Arbonne's quality and standard. And so you cannot even walk into a Sephora or the Bay or a Bloomingdale's and pick up, something off the shelf and try to compare it to Arbonne, because the quality it's not up to par, right? And I'm not saying that because I love Arbonne, because I genuinely do love Arbonne, but that's why I love Arbonne, is because the quality is just so far beyond. You can't compare it to what you find on the shelf. So in that case, I won't say, I can't fully answer the question. I won't say a brand, but I'll say, if you can show me something that's medical grade, that is as safe as Arbonne is without using the harsh chemicals, then let's talk. Then let's look at that a little bit more carefully. But so far, I've not been able to find something like that. Okay, so this was like it was like a conversation that started on the wall while somebody asked the question and somebody kind of started hopping off of it. The question was, why is Arbonne so expensive? And do people really spend so much? Okay, so what I want to share with you guys is about Arbonne. So also, it depends on what product you're looking at, but let's just talk in general skincare and let's say beauty, just because, that's more very common when you walk into like a mall, for example, right? The first thing you have to understand is that the beauty industry is a $445 billion industry, okay? Let me say that again. The beauty industry is a $445 billion industry. So yeah, people do buy products that are expensive. And I'm not gonna shy away from saying that Arbonne doesn't cost money, it does. You can't compare the pricing that you would find at drugstore, but as I just answered previously, it's also because the quality is way beyond anything you would find at a drugstore, right? So you are paying for quality, but here's what's different. Arbonne is actually not that expensive for what you're getting for your money, okay? If you walk into a Sephora, let's say, and you pick up an eye cream that you absolutely love, you may love it and it may be doing what it says it's supposed to be doing, but is it good for you? Long-term, are there gonna be any side effects? And so I look at that as well. I look at safety. And so why are they so expensive? They're actually not for what you're getting quality-wise. The products last an incredibly long time. I don't know about you guys, but when I use my eye cream with Arbonne, it doesn't run out for a year. I'm not kidding. I try to make it run out and it doesn't. It's because you need so little. It's so concentrated that one drop goes a very long way. So if you're paying, let's say $50 for a cream at Sephora and you're running out of it in like 4 months, 5 months, 6 months, you could spend that same $50 at Arbonne and not have to repurchase for almost twice that time, right? And so I feel it's so worth that money. The one brand that you could probably compare Arbonne to is La Prairie. It's a French skincare line. It's exquisite, okay? The person who formulated La Prairie is the same person that formulated Arbonne, okay? So like we're talking 39 years ago. And so I was at a Saks Fifth Avenue a couple years ago in New York City, and I saw La Prairie's counter, and I was like, oh, I totally got to go there. So I went up to the counter, and they had like all these different products, and I asked her to try one. And so she put it on the back of my hand, and I smelled it and stuff. A little bit too fragrancy for me, but that's because I'm kind of used to Arbonne and no artificial fragrances and all. So anyways, it did feel nice on the skin. So it was a serum, and I said, you know, how much is the serum going to cost me? And she said, oh, that's going to cost you $400. One serum, guys. La Prairie's one serum would cost you $400. My entire skincare line doesn't cost $400, and it probably lasts longer than La Prairie, because she told me the La Prairie one would last about 6 months. My serum hits me about 10 months, I would say. Okay, so when you can compare it to what it should be compared to, we're actually not expensive at all. Now, am I saying that every single person should go and buy Arbonne? No. I understand everyone's on a budget. I understand that you may not be able to afford that, but Arbonne is affordable to those that are already buying products that cost that much. So if you're somebody that can afford products at the Bay, if you're somebody that can afford products at Sephora, then you absolutely can afford Arbonne as well. Now, if you're not somebody who could afford those and you're shopping at, let's say, drugstores for cheaper products or products that go on sale, then perhaps we need to talk about the business. Perhaps we need to show you how you can have a greater income coming in so that you could afford those things, that you wouldn't have to think twice about it. Something to think about. Okay. How do you build strong clientele? I think this entire business is about relationship building. It's not about products. It's not about selling. It's literally about building relationships. Are you respectful of people? Are you being honest with them? Are you, do you show integrity, right? Are you going out of your way for your clients? Do your clients know that you have their back? And I feel like when you're able to show them that, and like I've had times where, let's say I've made a mistake in my business where I was supposed to, or somebody assumed something and I didn't correct them, and now they're waiting for a product. I've paid for product out of my pocket and mailed it to them at my cost, just because I want to make them happy. I want to show them I'm here for you, and I'm sorry that mistake was made. Even sometimes it's not my fault, right? The client was under a misunderstanding, but I still honored it, just because I want to show them that I'm here for you. I've got your back, right? And so I think this entire business is about relationship building. So if you can show somebody that, you're in their corner, they're not going to go anywhere. Okay. Can you provide a list of ingredients to prove that they are as pure as they claim? Absolutely. But the good thing is I don't have to provide that list of ingredients, because our ingredients are public on our main website. So you can go to anyone's portal, but if you just want to go to the general website, it's www.arbonne.com. And if you hop on, and any product that you click, you'll be able to see an ingredients tab. You will also be able to see a document for most of them that says meet the product. And if you open that, it gives you details about ingredients. It gives you little tips on how to use the product, what you can pair them with, and of course, complete ingredients as well. So Arbonne's ingredients are completely transparent. We have nothing to hide, guys. We're certified, and we have those certifications. Like, we're vegan certified, we're gluten-free certified, we're non-GMO, right? And then more certifications to come. A lot of people don't know that the standards that we have here in North America are not that great. So the European Union, so remember, this is a Swiss-based company, right? They hail from Switzerland. They still follow the European laws to this day. In North America, so in Europe, they've banned about 1,400 ingredients from being in any product. That's who we're following. In Canada, the government has banned about 550. In the US, the government has banned only 11. Okay, so there's a huge difference when it comes to what Europe is doing and what we're doing here in North America. With Arbonne, they have a not approved list of over 2,000 ingredients, and they're adding to it on a daily basis. So are they as great as they could be? Like, are they actually what they say they are? Yes, they are. Could they be better? Probably, but so could everybody else. And so that's why we are actively working towards that and trying to get more and more ingredients on that list, and to be the purest out there and to be the safest out there. Of course, we do use safe green science to amplify the results of the botanical ingredients that we're using in our products. But like I said, we have nothing to hide. So you can always go on that website and take a look. How do you, sorry, my own writing, how bad is this? How do you convince people to buy your product when there's so many options in the market? So I think, again, it's about not being pushy and allowing them the opportunity to see the value in it. I don't believe in convincing people to buy product. I believe in educating people. So for me, it's more about talking about ingredients. Like, for example, if we take vegan certified, for example, majority of people don't even know that if they walk into their bathrooms right now and start looking at the products and their labels, you're going to find tons of animal fats in there that you probably didn't know are in there. And when I say animal fat, I'm talking roadkill off the road, diseased animals at farms, euthanized pets, discarded meat at meat shops, even human placenta where it's allowed. These companies come in, they collect all these dead animals, they take them to animal rendering plants where they throw them into vats, so large boiling pots. They throw ammonium and other harsh chemicals in, and they boil them at very high temperatures. And what happens is the fat rises to the top, they collect it, they rebottle it, and they sell it back to cosmetic, skincare, and personal care companies. And what they've just created is one of the best preservatives in the world. So when they add that to your product is not going to expire for 5 to 10 years. So basically more money in that company's pocket. But why are they doing this, right? The thing is that, or not why are they doing it, but how do you find out that you've got animal fat in your product? It's actually right there on your label. You just don't realize it, okay? Because they hide it under names so that you don't realize that that's an animal fat. So some of the names people already know about. So people know about gelatin, and people know about keratin, and people probably know about collagen as well, right? So yeah, if it says collagen on your product, it's not coming from humans, it's coming from animals, right? But there's others. There's like stearat 50. There's glycerin if it's not vegan. There's stearic acid if it's not vegan. There's lanolin, right? So there's all these other ingredients that are hidden that people don't even realize are coming from animals. So how do I convince them? I educate them, and then I let them decide for themselves if that's a change that they'd like to make for themselves and their families. Because guys, your skin is the body's largest organ. Everything you put on top of it, within 26 seconds, it's going to enter your bloodstream, which means it's going to move into the other organs, right? And if there's dirty animal fats in there, they're probably going to mask that with, very strong artificial fragrances to mask that dirty, rotting animal smell. And so you have already, harsh chemicals, and you add more harsh chemicals to it. It's going into your bloodstream, which means it's moving into your other organs. And then we wonder, why are we getting so sick? And we wonder, why is there so much cancer in the world? And why is that person sick? And why is that person's health deteriorating? Guys, we're doing this to ourselves by putting all those harsh chemicals in our bodies, because they do move into our bloodstream. So my focus is more on education, not so much on sales. And if somebody wants to switch, great. Why can't we buy Arbonne from stores? Excellent question. So we're not part of the retail network. We're part of social marketing, which is like a word of mouth industry. And word of mouth is something that we're all already doing, right? And so the reason we choose not to be part of retail, there's a few reasons. The first is that to keep the prices low. Believe it or not, if we were in retail, that La Prairie serum I told you about, the $400 one, that would probably be our price point as well. But by not being in retail, we're able to keep our prices lower. So when you're in retail, the product starts, at a manufacturer, but then it's going to go through several, people in the middle before it gets to the retailer, and then finally to the consumer's hand. So there's going to be some kind of a warehouser and probably like a supplier, and like, then there's the retailer. Like there's several steps in between, right? And so by the time the product gets into your hands, let's say you're buying a product for $50 at a retail store, it probably only costs the manufacturer a few dollars to make. But every person in the middle was there to make money. And so by the time you're buying that product, they've jacked up the price. And the same goes for cheap price products, guys. So if you're buying a product at a drugstore that's costing you $10 for a face cream, it probably costs them cents to make. Can you imagine the ingredients that are in there? Can you imagine how toxic that is probably to your body because of how cheap it is, right? And so by not being in the retail stores, we're able to keep our price point down. We are saving ourselves from a multi-billion-dollar industry, which is the advertising sector. You will not see advertisements on billboards or, commercials on TV, or, like you won't see us in malls and things like that. And so we're able to save all that money and put it back into research and development. We don't shy away from reformulating. We don't shy away from coming up with new products. Like I know people who in my life have been using the same face cream for the last 30 years. And the packaging is the same, the formula is like nothing's been updated. The company doesn't care. They're just making money, right? What they formulated 30 years ago, so much more science has come out, so much more research has come out to tell us what's safe and what's not safe. Why is that company not fixing their formula? But Arbonne does, right? They go back, they reformulate, they update it, they come out with new products. And so that's where all that money is going, instead of going into the pockets of all the middlemen. So by not being in retail, we are able to keep our price point a little bit more affordable. And then on top of it, better products will come out because of the research and development. There's more money going into consultants' pockets instead to, help their families along. And so not being in retail is actually a good thing. It's about the online world now, guys, right? Everybody does online shopping. All these stores are closing down and turning to the online market. And so Arbonne's already been doing it for ages. Nothing different there. And the product gets shipped directly to your home. So there's no hassle for you. So I think it's awesome, actually. I love online shopping. I don't have time to go out and shop. So I prefer to be I'm a huge Amazon shopper. So I prefer to sit behind my screen and shop. What else was there? How can a makeup company make you rich? That was funny. So it's not just a makeup company. So we've got over 300 products. We've got so many products that you can imagine. We've got tons of categories. So your skincare category. So whether you're somebody who's young, or you've got problem skin, you're looking for anti-aging, or mature skin, or you're male, or any type of skincare, we have it for you. Bath and body products. We've got baby products. We've got your shampoos, your hair products. We've got essential oils. We've got a spa line for your masks and scrubs, body washes, lotions, creams, deodorant, toothpaste, right? So all your personal products there. Our cosmetics line is very extensive. So yes, we do have makeup, but it's not the only thing we have. And then our nutritional line, which I know many of you know I'm a huge fan of. So whether you're looking to lose weight or just get healthier, or you're somebody that works out at the gym, we have products for you. So it's not just a makeup company. And yes, it can make you rich because it's the way the compensation plan is designed, that you are not only getting one stream of income, you're getting several streams of income. So you have commission, you have overrides, you have cash bonuses, you have incentives and trips, you have our Mercedes-Benz bonus. So there's a lot of ways to make money with Arbonne. It's not just, I sold a lipstick, so I made a few bucks. It doesn't work that way, okay? And if I have time, I'll get into the detail of it, but I'm watching the clock while I'm doing this. So I'll come back to that if I have time to explain in detail how the compensation plan works, but or we can have a private chat about it later, but there's a few streams of income with Arbonne, not just commission. Can we return products we don't like, even if they are used? Yes, absolutely. So there is a 45-day money-back guarantee on everything that Arbonne provides. So if you have purchased something and you tried it and you didn't love it, you do have 45 days to return that product. And it can be open, it can be used, even our nutritional products. You just have to show them the packaging. Arbonne doesn't want you to keep anything that you don't love, right? And that's how much they believe in the product, and that's how much they know that their product is effective and it is amazing, which is why they're willing to offer you that money back guarantee. So you can absolutely return products that you don't love. I heard you have to keep getting team members to make money. It does not seem fair. They do the work and you senior people make all the money. I mean, no censoring there at all, right? And so it doesn't work that way in Arbonne. So you will get paid when you work. Okay, that's how it works. That's how social marketing is. And you don't have to keep getting team members. We have two ways to run this business with Arbonne. We've got direct sales, where basically you're selling product to people, and you've got the other side, which is your network marketing, where you're teaching other people how to build a business, right? It's not that you have to keep getting team members to earn money. We are building our own paychecks as well. And so I guess this ties into the compensation again. So the first stream of income is commission. When I sell product is when I make money. That's where my commission comes in. And it really just depends on how hard you work. So I have had months where I earned $500 in commission. I've had other months where I earned $3,000 in commission. And that has nothing to do with if I even have a single team member or not. That is my effort and what I'm willing to put into my business, okay? Then we have overrides and cash bonuses and the others. And so I think what you're talking about is the overrides with the team. So the way overrides work is that I am going to be helping someone build a business. I'm going to teach them what to say, what not to say, how to say it, how to respond, literally holding their hand through it and teaching them how to run this business from the bottom up, right? Now, the beauty of it is, and this is honestly my favorite part of our compensation plan, the beauty of it is that until that person that I'm helping doesn't make an income, I can't make an income either. Okay, so I'm not just going to get paid just for signing somebody up. It doesn't work that way. We all have to be working to get paid. And so I'm going to do my best to make this person independent and teach them everything that I know, make them the best consultant that I can by teaching them everything. Because that means that they're going to get a paycheck, but it also means I'll make a paycheck as well. So I actually think that's super fair. And what else I love about this business is that you're not limited by who brought you in. And like, it's not a typical, I don't know if somebody asked this or not, I can't remember, but it's not a typical, like, people think it's like a pyramid. Oh, that's actually the next question. Okay, let me answer it. So ARBONNE, I heard, is a pyramid scheme. Can you prove it's not? So yes, I'm going to prove that's not. So typically what happens in network marketing is there is this perception that it's like a pyramid, right? So we have to, first of all, determine what is a pyramid model and what is a pyramid scheme. A pyramid scheme is illegal. You cannot do it. If anybody finds out, they'll shut you down. And we are part of the Direct Sellers Association of Canada, so they make sure that we're not doing anything illegal like that, okay? But a pyramid model is something that we've been seeing for years. A bank is a pyramid model. A school is a pyramid model with the principal on top, and then, you know, the vice principal and the teachers and the students and janitors, right? Any corporation you see out there is a pyramid model, right? You've got the one person on top. Now, here's the difference. In a typical pyramid model, the person that's at the bottom could probably never get to the top, right? So let's say there's a huge company, I'm going to say downtown Toronto, and you've got somebody who's working in the mailroom. What are the chances that guy in the mailroom is someday going to move up in the business and become the CEO of that company? Like, slim to none. They're probably just going to, like, hand it off to somebody in the family, right, to take over the family business. That's typically what happens in corporations. But in ARBONNE, you start at the bottom. Everyone starts as an independent consultant. You put effort into your business, and you can move to the top of your own business and become the CEO of your business, right? And so you're at the top of your own pyramid model. And the beauty of ARBONNE is if you work hard enough, you can surpass the person that brought you in. You can surpass them in rank, in title, in paycheck. And so, you know, it's just speaking from personal experience, I've seen it happen. We've experienced it in my team as well. And so it's an extremely fair compensation plan. So it's not the one person on top making all the money. It's all based off of your effort, and anyone who wants to be at the top can be at the top. And I think if you just take a peek at my Facebook wall, you'll see how many people are always being recognized for their promotions and moving to the top of their own pyramid model. And I think that's beautiful, because I don't think many companies out there would allow you to do that. Okay, so what happens if we start the business and then we don't want to do it anymore? Nothing happens. So when you start the business, you're registering your website for $59 in Canada, $49 in the US, and your website stays active for 1 year. If after 1 year or within the 1 year you decide that you don't want to do this anymore, nothing would happen. It would just dissolve. Like, there's no penalty or anything. It's just like you're your own boss. You're going to decide, or you're independent. Right? You are self-employed with ARBONNE. It's almost like running a franchise, but it's online. So ARBONNE is kind of like the company that we're running the franchise with, but we are our own business owners, and we're going to decide when we do it and we don't do it. We're not tied down. We're not tied into a contract or anything like that with them. Do I have to buy each month to stay as a consultant? Absolutely not. There's no such requirement in ARBONNE that you have to be buying products every single month to stay active as a consultant. I have people that are on my team who only registered as consultants for the bigger discount, because everybody knows if you become a consultant, you get a bigger discount, right? So if you become a client, you can buy at full price, or if you become a preferred client, you get 20% off single items you purchase and 30 and 40% off packages. But if you become a consultant, you get 35% off anything you purchase, and then 40 and 50% off packages. So people obviously find that pretty attractive. And so you are able to do that without any requirement to purchase every single month or even to sell. So like I said, I've got people who just register as a consultant just for that bigger discount, and that's totally okay. The company has no problem with that. I heard you don't make much money in ARBONNE. Well, that is not true. You will get out what you put in, just like any other business, right? If you register yourself on the website and then don't spend even like an hour working ARBONNE in your life, like working it like a business, like doing what we're teaching you to do, yeah, you're not going to make any money, right? But if you do what we tell you to do and you follow the training that we're giving you, you are going to make money. You can make your commission, and you can start making overrides and cash bonuses on top of it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to tell you how much you can make at each level in Canada. So your commission is entirely up to you, that I've already explained. Then let's start talking overrides, okay? So at the district manager level, which is your first promotion level, and typically people get here within their first 1 to 3 months, you can make anywhere between $300 to about $1,500 a month, and this is 15 hours a week. So that's on top of your commission. Remember, your commission is up to you. How much or how little you want to make, that's up to you, depending on how many people you're talking to, how many clients you get for yourself. The second promotion level is called area manager. And at this level, you are earning anywhere between $1,500 and $5,500 a month. And the beauty of it is your hours don't change. You're still working at 15 hours a week. And then you have regional vice president. That's the level I'm at. This is where you get your Mercedes-Benz cash bonus. And at this level, you're earning between $6,500 and $18,000 a month. Again, 15 hours a week. And at the national vice president level, which is the top level in Arbonne, your income starts at $19,000 a month, and the sky is the limit. Okay, I'm telling you, I've seen paychecks of people who are making such significant amounts of money in a month that others can't imagine to earn in a year. So to answer that question, do you actually make money in Arbonne? Yeah, you do, if you work the business the way you're supposed to, right? Just like any other business out there. I'm a makeup artist. A lot of you guys know that. So if I start as a makeup artist and go put all my flyers out and go post it on social media, and then I don't take a single client, I just don't take clients, am I going to get paid? No, I'm not. I'm not going to make any money. That's a business too. So just like that, this business works the same way. You got to work to get paid. Why don't you guys sell to Pakistan or in Dubai? So we're currently in 6 countries: Canada, US, UK, Australia, New Zealand, and Poland, which means we have distribution in those countries. So guys, Arbonne is very careful to follow laws, and we will not illegally enter a country and start trying to sell products there, right? We go through the proper channels. And so they make sure that, you know, everything they're doing is legal, the governments are on board with it, we're following all the laws. And so we've currently are in 6 countries. Now there is a plan to expand further, you know, possibly 10 more countries over the next 10 years, which is huge. You know, we were shared some information at our VP retreat about the halal certification and how that has been approved, and they will be coming out with that on our packaging probably towards the end of the year. So that was super exciting to hear. And so why do you think that's happening, right? The company is moving into a direction that they want to be. They want to have growth. They want to go international further. And so they will eventually open up to into other markets, but we are not there yet. And so because I don't have a warehouse set up in Pakistan, I don't have a warehouse set up in Dubai, I don't have permission to be in that country yet officially, like the Arbonne company cannot be there yet to be selling. That's why we don't ship there. And so we can ship within the 6 countries that we operate in, basically. But stay tuned, because massive growth is happening, and we will be getting into more countries very soon. Do Arbonne products really work? Absolutely they do. So, I mean, for those of you that knew me before, my skin never looked like this. I was a lot heavier than I am now. And so it's been a complete, you know, inside out change for me personally. And so that's a testament to the product that it actually works, but also my countless clients. And I'm sure, you know, any one of them could share with you guys that, yeah, the product actually works, which is why, you know, we've been around for 39 years, which is why people are so happy, which is why they're converting themselves from clients to consultants, right? When they see the results on themselves, they're like, okay, you know, there's obviously a demand for this because it works. So yeah, no, they do work. I heard if you get your white Mercedes, you have to give it back if you quit Arbonne. Okay, so I can speak from experience because I have my white Mercedes. So basically what happens is when you get to the 3rd promotion, which is the regional vice president level in Arbonne, you get to go pick out a white Benz. You can buy it or you can lease it. You just have to show the company proof that you actually got one. So listen to those words. What does that mean? It's in your name. It's your Mercedes-Benz, right? And so for example, I leased my Benz. It's mine. It's in my name. Every single month, the company is putting $1,060 on my paycheck on top of what I earn to go towards my Benz, okay? And so my goal was when I promoted that I want to pick out something and run my business in a way so that I don't have to pay a cent for the Benz. And so I can say that that $1,060 is covering my lease, my insurance, and my gas expense for the month. So I don't actually put anything towards that Benz, but it's mine. So God forbid if I ever chose to leave Arbonne, which I would never do, guys, okay? I'm telling you, I'm an Arbonne lifer, okay? So if I ever chose to leave Arbonne, I don't have to give the car back because it's mine. I can't give back what's mine. I would give it back to Mercedes once my lease is up and probably get something, you know, nicer. But you don't give it back to the company or anything. It's yours. It's in your name. Okay. How do you feel? This is the last question, guys. How do you feel at the end of the day when your customers are truly happy with the amazing results you get while using Arbonne products? So this one made me smile, guys. This is actually written by one of my clients, and I just want to say thank you, Samara, for saying that. But it feels amazing. It really does. I've gotten, like, it fills you with gratitude, and you feel blessed to be in that role, to be helping someone feel that way. It feels good to help people feel good. And I've gotten like just messages from people who, I mean, it feels great when they're praising the product, but then there's the other side of it where they're thanking you for sharing that product with them. They're thanking you for, like, I remember this one client, and I won't forget her words, but she was like, you know, just giving me so many prayers and blessings, and we call them du'as, and just saying that, you know, may you be blessed because you've changed my life. And it was somebody who was struggling with her weight, and I showed her the Arbonne 30 program, and I coached her through it. I helped her with her food log and all that, and it completely changed her life, and she was able to get results in 30 days that she was not able to get after a year at the gym with a personal trainer. And she went back and showed her personal trainer as well that, look, this is what I've been doing, and this has been the missing, you know, piece of the puzzle. And so it honestly feels really great, and it fills your heart with just so much happiness that you were that vehicle for someone. I mean, and that's the product side of things. And then the other side is the financial side, you know, where you're helping somebody build a business and you're helping them change their life for the better. That feels amazing too. And so, yeah, I think it feels really good when you know that you've made someone happy and that you've helped them in any sort of way. Okay. So that was, I think I addressed all the questions. I don't think I missed anything. Okay. So I think that's it. Thank you to everyone that did submit their questions. It was fun, honestly. And I just thought it was a fun little activity to do because, you know, you never know what people think about you or your business. So I just thought I'd put it out there and say, ask me whatever you want to ask me, because I think there's a misconception of what Arbonne is and what Arbonne people do and what it's actually like behind the scenes. But it's just, it's a world full of positivity. It's a world full of people who want to change their lives for the better. And I'm talking from the perspective of business now, those that are in the business. Every single person that decides to start an Arbonne business is trying to improve something in their life, whether it's financially or it's the personal growth side of things that they're looking for, or it's just a community of people that are supportive and loving, right? But every single person starts this for something positive. So yeah, it's been awesome. Okay, guys, thank you so much for hopping on. I hope you enjoyed this. I did. I enjoyed answering them. And if you do come up with any other questions that you didn't ask before and you want to ask now, feel free to either inbox me, and I'd be more than happy to address them as well. All right, guys, take care. Have yourselves a great night.